guys, gals, friends, and pals. This is Paul, EastXTwitch, and welcome to another episode of Saturday Game School, where we learn about a different game practically every Saturday of the year. Tonight I'm joined on mic by Tyler.
Hey, everybody.
And Brandykatz off to the side.
Hello.
And we are jazzed to be playing Sparkle 4 Tales, presumably the sequel to Sparkle 3, from Forever Entertainment, our friends at Forever Entertainment who published House of the Dead and Panzer Dragoon remakes.
Sparkle 3, Sonic and Knuckles. This is Sparkle 4 Tails.
I think so. That must be how the numbering works.
Gotcha.
And we have one of those. Oh, good. It just ignores the D-pad. It should really support the D-pad for inputting your name, but whatever.
Yeah. Oh, it's because it's a cursor.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's not a cursor.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's like a pointer, like a mouse pointer style.
Yeah, but you
thing.
can't go, like, off the... Oh, you can. It is a cursor.
Yeah, congrats on the new computer. Wolfblade got himself an Alienware computer, as I understand it. All right, let's do this, Tyler. Sparkle 4 Tales.
Right.
Have you played any of the games in this series?
Yes.
Sparkle 2 is your fave? Is that what you're telling me?
Of course, Sparkle 2 is the classic. The way that you shot the red balls next to the blue balls and the green balls, it was just perfect.
Yeah, is this actually related to the Sparkle games? Oh my gosh, look at that tiny text.
Oh my.
It's boldly tiny.
I can.
You guys
Oh,
read
is
that
it
on
not
the
a
screen?
is it not a Sparkle Ball game?
No, it's not.
Ah.
Those
yeah,
were from
it's-
10 tons.
Oh, were they?
Yeah.
The
I'm
Zuma,
that
the
small.
classic Zuma homage games.
I know,
Yes,
right?
and
Wolfie?
they are fun. I actually really wouldn't mind streaming one of those because they're hella fun. But, all right, what are you doing here, my creation? Is it a coincidence, a failure, a mistake? You shouldn't be here, my dear. This void is a shadow one. If you want to persist, you have to find a way out as soon as possible. I'll help you, don't worry. Let's look around. No chances for tiny sparkle like this to escape. You need to grow. So a little bit of editing mistakes there too, I would say. But look, I'm like a floaty little bitey thing. I look like the mandibles of an insect, right? Like an antlion. There you go, Shih Tzu. We love PopCap games around here, and it is quite a shame that they sold themselves to EA. That was a very bad thing for them to do.
Yes, it was.
See these elements? They are the same in Shadow Void. Just absorb as much as you can. Meantime, I'll try to find a way for you to evolve here in the environment's noisy. That text is so tiny. Like, I'm sitting in front of the monitor, and it's actually a bit of a stretch for my eyes to read it.
Glad.
Glad you made it, Vlad. I was hanging out with Vlad, too, earlier in, I think, iMade's stream. You know, I'm an idiot.
Yes,
You're like, yeah, I already knew that.
I made Dot.
He is a dot. I don't know what's happening. Can anyone tell what's happening? I do. It's a decently pleasant visual style, I'd say, you know? My own character doesn't stand out from the background enough, though. Got some flowers. Am I supposed to avoid all these things? Or, oh, I can't even touch them, so... I'm some floating mandibles with a hook hanging behind me.
That's so strange.
Rest in peace, EA. Don't you mean rest in peace, PopCap? I mean, that's the sad part. EA's just fine, aren't they? Oh, there's
Was
another
it,
quality.
Amazon was talking about buying them, but now they're not going to buy them.
Huh, I wonder why. Did they say?
I mean, maybe I didn't read that far into it. I didn't read beyond the headline.
Gotcha. Darker Player just brought it up, in fact. Dark Elbow, Bejeweled is obviously quite a fun game, and it kind of started or revolutionized a genre of casual puzzle games. But Plants vs. Zombies, the very first Plants vs. Zombies,
Yeah, that
is
was
just
fun.
yeah, man, that was an amazing tower defense game. I played through it a total of 4 times, like twice on Steam and twice on Xbox 360 to get all the achievements, but also because it was just a blast. Where am I even supposed to go? I just heard a kitty.
Yeah, a lot of people like Peggle too. I couldn't get into Peggle, but tons of people liked it.
Did you know Peggle is actually like a remake or a sequel of a classic arcade game? I bet you didn't know that.
No.
Yeah, like I bought the arcade game on iArcade, like, and it's weird. It's like a, you know, a very rough-looking version of the same concept.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah. I had no idea. But yeah, Peggle 1 and 2 are both quite good. Peggle 1, I don't know, like Peggle 2 is probably objectively better because of features, but maybe Peggle 1 had a little bit more magic to it. What do you think?
I don't like Peggle.
Oh, Tyler, what's it like to be dead inside?
It's easy.
So, what's your...
Yeah,
What are you trying
I got an
to do?
achievement. That's always nice. The first step. I'm trying to eat these power pellets. Waka waka.
Just
Nom nom. Okay.
Are you getting bigger?
Oh, well that's good, Darkovo. Am I getting bigger? I don't know if I'm any bigger.
I don't
But it
think so.
Yeah, it gave me an achievement for having eaten a certain number of them.
You look like the little creature from Flow.
So are you following
you know,
these lines?
I don't think I ever played it. Am I or am I not? I don't know. Sorry, Tyler.
It was pretty boring.
Boring. Look, my little sparkle. This is element root. It feeds with all elements that are nearby. To make
Hey,
it...
platinum ace trick.
Glad you made it, Platinum! He said hi in Discord earlier, and I feel bad it took me a while to respond. To make it fall of... That says fall of instead of fall off. And there's no comma after it, so yeah, this game has a lot of editing problems. Make sure to collect all elements nearby. You know, I always feel like I should email developers like this or the publisher and offer to proofread their work. You know, like for a minimal amount of money, like $50 or whatever. But I
Yeah.
feel like they might get insulted. You know, it's like, but it is a service that you would benefit from, and I would not charge a lot. Be careful. It'd be mostly for fun, but also maybe a little exposure experience, you know? Famicor! So good that you made it, dude. Amazon's not buying EA. Brownmeister is just flat out refusing to allow Amazon to buy EA. This experimental void needs a comma. Not everything works as expected. You're not going to be able to change void layer however you want. I don't know what that means. Vortexes will throw you automatically every time you enter one. Let's test this out. Man, this tutorial, Tyler, with the microscopic text and all the grammatical errors.
That's what makes it challenging.
So it sent that void or portal or whatever it was just sent me to a different layer of the level. I guess that is part of the challenge, though. So everybody, Brandy got to hall monitor for the SAT test today.
Yeah.
How many kids were there taking it, do you know?
Originally 20, but 17 showed up.
And did they go to the bathroom very often?
No. I just had to stand out in the hall when they did to make sure that they weren't talking about the test.
You couldn't sit?
Mostly when they were taking the test, I sat by the door. But like when they have that 10-minute break, I just sat,
Stood up.
you know, stood in the hallway, listened to them talk.
See, Tyler, don't you wish you had that job? One of many. Well, there's another 40 gamer score. Found my first totem.
Hey, I've never been paid to sit there and do my work before because I was just doing all my work that I was going to do this weekend.
This is a minion. I can have the help of 10 of them at a time, and they're called every 50 elements I absorb, the little power pellets. Nice. Where'd you get that, Shitsu? That's a good emoji or whatever they're called.
I like it, yeah.
Tech Guy said you SAT in the hall. You really did. Yeah, guys, hall monitoring is very cushy. Because usually, a lot of places don't mind if you do work while you're doing it. Sometimes they do, and you just have to sit there bored, and that's lame. It just depends. But there's no reason not to let you do other stuff. Like, you're going to notice when a person comes. It's the easiest way to wash your minions.
And you know the SAT is so structured that, you know.
Except of helping you in absorbing elements. Except of. Have you ever heard that, Tyler?
Except of.
You
Yeah.
mean instead of?
They also... I think they mean in addition to.
Yeah,
They
they
also
do.
stun nearby enemies and act as a shield if damage is taken. But you lose your minions. They never die, they just respawn. I don't even know what the enemies are. Have I seen an enemy yet? I don't think I have.
It's okay, I'm done. I just had to.
It's nice to have my own little dragonfly guy.
You treat him right.
Patig, Famicor says. I don't know what that means. We don't allow foul language around here, Famicor. I'm just
I
putting
don't
that
put
out there.
pigs in potch.
So there's two different ways to go, and I really don't know what's the right way and the wrong way to go.
It's an exploration game.
Man, I don't want to explore. No, in any game, I don't really like not knowing which is the main path and which is the side path.
Really?
Play of the game. Oh, well, that's perfect for the grammar they were using. Uh-oh. Evil entity in this void feeds with power hid in all elements. That is true, but this is a shadow crystal. It is a real source of strength and power. It is strength. They also allow him to hide
The least of the grammatical problems they're going to have.
Oh my gosh, it's so bad though. They also allow him to hide between voids. If we want to find and defeat our enemy, we need to destroy all 5 shadow crystals.
I love
What is it even trying to tell me? My little guy just flew straight into it. You can't touch shadow crystals, that would kill us, but your fellows can. Simple approach. Simple approach it. What are you doing? Go away. And look how your little friends sacrifice their lives, not lives, to destroy it. It's confusing as all get out. So, do I get more things and hope for a guy to spawn and then he flies into it and that's going to help me? Here, go fly into this one too. Ah, it's from Overwatch, I see. Yeah, I mean, it's a shame that I've never played Overwatch. If I'd gotten a review copy, I would have. I'm not going to pay money for a competitive shooter, am I, Tyler?
Yeah, no. Isn't it free on one of those EA or something?
It could be, I don't know.
I don't know.
How do I get Portal, not Portal, Overwatch for free, everybody?
I love that you're such an English teacher that you have to correct it as you go.
I mean, it's a train wreck of grammar, though. It's not good.
Well, that's
in
why
that
it's so
respect.
small you can barely see it.
That's true.
Try to hide it. That's possible.
It really is. Okay, so there's a warp, but I don't know if I want to go in the warp yet. I guess those glowing lines are a guideline to let you know the path of the level.
Make it so number 1.
Yeah, Overwatch 2 will be free to play, so at least I can sample that. Although, won't it be extra grindy as a result? It's gotta be. I don't think you can do free to play games without a big grind. You can't think of any, can you, T-Dog?
What was the question?
Oh my gosh. Can you do
Totally
free to
listening.
Can you do free to play games without a big grind? Aren't they all inherently grindy?
You can still make them fun, but yeah, they have to have a hook and a grind to keep you playing and make you feel like you got rewards and you're still spending money after 2,000 hours.
I think so. Hey, here's another one of those things I'm supposed to find.
Agreed.
Icky says no as well.
The bad guys in this game.
There was a bad guy, Tyler, and my little guys flew right into it.
Oh.
I think they have to sacrifice themselves by running into it in order to eventually defeat it. I think.
We
But-
watched a show and there was an icky in it.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So this was after I sent the newsletter, but we watched the first 2 episodes of the new Kamen Rider TV series. Not the anime Futo PI that we've talked about before, but the actual new live-action series, which is called Kamen Rider Revice. Great title, right?
Excellent. It's almost as good as Accept of.
Except, yeah, it's certainly in that same hemisphere. But it is it's on YouTube, so you can watch the first 2 episodes with English subtitles for free right there on YouTube, legally. Yay, we killed that guy! 4 more left. Just remember to get as many minions as you can, just to make sure. Achievement, yo! You can destroy next shadow crystal you will find. No word thee. From now on, my friend, no comma, your mission is clear. Find all crystals and destroy them. So I want to look a little bit more south, because there's that southern path that I didn't go all the way down. And then I'll go up to the warp thing, I guess. This is decently fun, and it looks okay. I don't think it's going to be anybody's favorite game, but...
Reminds me of like that Underworld, Undertale.
Undertale? I don't think it's like Undertale.
No, not Undertale. The Undergrounds. It was like a peaceful, collectible, flower sprouting
That's what I was
game.
thinking.
Yeah, that sounds familiar. The Undergarden, is that it?
That might be it. Yeah, Undergarden.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
I thought you were trying to say underwear. It's like, It's not that
Reminds
much
me
like
of my pretty pink flowery underwear.
Oh, okay, that explains a
makes
lot.
sense.
Yeah.
Hey, Jay Bronas.
Jay Brodas, we're glad you made it.
Good zoo on you. He's got a hey kids emoji.
Not bad. He busted it out at just the right time, too. You ever take something like that from The Simpsons or other pop culture, Tyler, and just mix it into your regular way of speaking?
Yeah, all the time.
I'm kind of reminded, there's The Simpsons where, like, they say hi to Krusty, like, in passing, and he's like, hey, 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 you know, he says it 3 times in a row. So, in my own life, I say hey, hey twice quite a lot. It's, like, kind of one of my default ways of saying hi to people.
Uh-huh.
Not as good as hey, 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 but hey, hey, hey is harder to say.
Yeah.
But Hey Kids reminds me of Binky the Clown from the old Garfield cartoons. And maybe the comic, I don't know. You don't remember him? He was in the Garfield Halloween special and just the regular Garfield and Friends TV series.
I remember watching Garfield.
It was all like, hey kids! You know, this crazy voice. So Tyler, what have you been playing this week?
I've been playing Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time.
Wasn't that a PlayStation Plus game or something?
Yes, it was.
Is it still or not anymore?
No, it's not anymore.
Aw.
It's like a month or so before.
Brandy just missed it.
Yep.
We were trying to pick up Tony Hawk 1 and 2 for her on PlayStation Plus, and it wouldn't let us. Like, it would only show up as 50 in the cart. Any idea what's going on with that?
Did you get a PlayStation Plus account for her?
Yes. She did successfully get the other 2 games.
No. That's weird. I would try it again.
Is that a bad guy? There's a red guy. I think I have a new helper now, is what it is. Yeah, so this could use more color contrast. Again, the main character blends in too much, but...
Is there some peaceful music or something too?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
decently peaceful. And now I've got 3 helpers.
'Cause
They're all different, too, which is cool.
I can't
Thanks
hear
for
them.
asking, Famicorps, because now I can go on my Crash 4 rant.
Okay, let's hear it.
So, Crash, I really like. I never played the Crash games until the trilogy came out because I never had a PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
So I actually really enjoyed them because they go back to like the very old school retro style of platforming and very challenging and stuff.
Oh, yeah, very.
So it's definitely challenging, but it kind of misses the mark in a lot of ways.
Oh, really?
For one, the levels are too long. Like, one of the real nice things about Crash was that the levels were relatively short, so even if you had to play them over and over and over, because they were hard or because you were trying to get a hard collectible or whatever, it didn't take too long if you screwed up, you know, to get back to it. And these levels are a lot longer, and then the collectibles, which are just crates in the game, they're, like, really well hidden, some of them, which, you know, is kind of fine. Like, it's okay for things to be hard to see, but, like, without a guide, you're not going to be able to get 100% of the level in almost any level. So it makes you not want to bother with any of the collectibles in the level because you know you're going to have to go back into this long level and do it again later if you want to get 100%. So you kind of just ended up getting to the point where I was blowing past everything and just beating the level because I knew, you know, I could either spend 30 minutes and get nothing done on one level besides beating it, or I could spend 15 minutes and beat the level and then come back later if I want to. So they kind of missed that part of what made those Crash games great, and so like they definitely tried to bloat it as much as possible to make it a $60 release for a platformer, which is, you know, kind of hard to do for non-Nintendo games.
Yeah, that's true.
And I don't think that it was successful.
That part's a shame, but are you still having fun?
It's fun. I mean, yeah, the core game is fun. It's maybe not quite hard enough for me, just the main game, you know, because the challenge comes from the collectibles and the hidden stuff.
Isn't that what your girlfriend said last time you hung out with her, Tyler?
Oh.
Rude. Yeah, she said that she didn't enjoy Crash 4 either. That's exactly what she said.
Oh, not that it wasn't quite hard enough for her?
Not that part.
Gotcha.
And yeah, Simi's already heard this
Gosh.
rant. But
Well,
that's right.
It's well said, Tyler.
It's one game Simius will never play for sure.
Oh, yeah,
not
because
not on his main account anyway. Yeah, the Platinum Trophy is miserable. Like,
he'll
it's
cower from that.
miserably. unfun. Like, I mean, I guess for people who just absolutely enjoy torturing themselves, but it's crazy.
Because of the difficulty of the collectibles or other factors too?
Mostly the speed runs are just
Ooh.
at insane times.
That's lame.
Yeah.
It saves your data. They will be very handy for our progression. It can restore in case of your failure. They will be very handy for our progression. So is it or they? This is the problem. See, this is that pronoun thing. They want to have a gender-neutral singular pronoun, and they want it to be they. But it makes the language impossible to understand.
Time for English to invent a gender-neutral singular pronoun.
Seriously, can we please just do that?
It has to exist. I was reading an article where they were using they, talking about someone who passed away, and it said, like, our friend or our prayers, our thoughts and prayers go out to their friends and family. May they rest in peace. And it's like, whoa, the whole family died. You know, like it's like what? Like you can't convey what you're trying to say using a plural pronoun.
Exactly, dude. But try telling that to somebody who's really bought into it, and they will get all kinds of offended, as if you're homophobic.
Yeah,
it's not homophobic to think that we should have proper pronouns for all the different situations we need. Anyway, wait, see that flowing energy?
Yeah, Famine Corpse, enjoy the trilogy. I enjoyed the trilogy quite a bit more. I only platinumed one of the 3 games in the trilogy, but I beat all 3 of them and got all the collectibles. I just couldn't do all the times.
It's impressive that you got one of them.
Time things, yeah. I spent a lot of time on it.
See, 3, 2, 1, go. I don't even. This is so poorly written. I don't even know it's me, myself, and I. Oh crap! No, I'm missing them because they shoot you forward. But no, let me go back. Man, I missed a couple. Now I'm not going to get the achievement for getting all the orbs. It's really finicky though, and it's like automatic scrolling for this part. Oh god. Why's it got to be so finicky? Oh crap. See, just...
Non-binary phobic is probably more accurate than homophobic.
Yeah, but... No, I mean, they're taking it as to being like, you don't respect gay culture or something. Like, I swear, they're just taking it to that level. Like, oh, you must be a transphobe or something. No, that's not it. I just don't want our language to further crumble because of all you stupid textures.
Hey, it's okay to be a fast texter and use numbers instead of words.
And to never capitalize words and use your and their interchangeably and incorrectly.
No punctuation. It's just whatever.
Yeah, and you could say I seen instead of I saw or I have seen.
I saw it. That is to say I seen it. I say I synced it a lot. Like I synced it.
You synced it?
I synced it. I synced it with my own eyes.
Oh lord, well, I think that might fall under slang. I don't know. When someone says that they're biased, again, boy, I saw it. Nice no time for games.
I saw it.
I'll just say it Australian style or whatever that is. Someone released Shadows from Void's Cage. My little creature, you have to get rid of.
Once I saw a blimp.
Yeah, speaking to appeal to our Australian friends, the Braumeister and Jono, you know, I listen to a podcast all the time, the Weekly Planet podcast, which is from Mr. Sunday Movies. 2 Australian guys, they co-host it, you know? Like what me and Tyler do, it's like slightly inspired by what they do. But, I mean, they're just a regular podcast and videos. Anyway, my point was, back when Dune was coming out, the movie Dune, they really wanted to say Dune. You know, they're like, is it Dune or Dune? You know, they honestly did not know. And it's like, why would it ever be Dune?
Dune? Like if there was a Y stuck in there?
Yeah, like there's a Y in front of it. Like, where did they even get that from? But I guess it must be an Australian thing.
Yeah, maybe the U makes a Y sound a lot.
Oh, creation. Mountain Dune. Nice. Yeah, but maybe Jono can shed some light on it. Can you, Jono? Or Braumeister? If you want to move forward, I will transform you into Predator form. Press or hold skill button to use abilities. Alright, I'm switching to Predator form.
And a dat one by.
I'm a Predator.
Newfie talk.
I don't understand what I'm in predator form, but I'm just like, oh. What difference does it make? Is it hitting me to run into them? I think I'm just supposed to let my little guys run into him anyway, but...
He's pretty.
They have to eat all the balls off the guy, that's what it is. It's like the first episode of the Santa Clarita Diet. Oh wait, she only ate one. Anyway, what is going on in the spin and void? I'm afraid of the worst. Before you lose place, you have to complete one task. You have to stop.
Well, he's completely ballless now, so he did a good job.
Hooray! Oh, he thinks it might come from British English. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Good. Could do. All right, there's 4 ways.
We're good now that I'm paying attention.
3 ways to go.
You got a lot of little bugs following you.
For some reason, my son found Clarita, the Santa Clarita Diet, like traumatizing. You know, like he thinks it's the most horrible show, and it's like, I think it's just, I found it to be delightful. I only watched the first 2 seasons, and I think they never finished the storyline because it's Netflix.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I only watched a few episodes. It was fine. I mean, it was, yeah, I don't know that I didn't call it traumatizing.
Yeah, I just don't get it. Like, every now and then he'll react that way. Like, he found the movie Event Horizon traumatizing, and I love that movie.
I've seen that. Sounds like an 80s movie.
It's from the 90s. I saw it in the theater. But it's starring Sam Neill, who is great, as you know. Or you should know if you remember who he is.
Yeah, he's in Merlin.
Yeah, exactly. And also Jurassic Park and the latest Jurassic Park.
Yeah. Jurassic Park, that dinosaur movie. But let's get back to talking about Merlin.
Dude, the Merlin TV miniseries was excellent. I love it.
Yeah, when I was a kid, we really enjoyed it.
Heck yeah.
We missed the first part, and I think we watched most of the second part, but then we stopped so we could watch the first part. And they must have re-aired it, I guess. You know, it was back then where you can't just watch whatever you want, whenever you want for a few bucks. So I don't know how we saw it, but we saw the first part, because I think it was like a 2-night event thing.
Yeah, it was a miniseries, so that's how they
maybe,
done
yeah,
it.
maybe my aunt and uncle recorded it or something.
Ooh.
Those Fernangle VCRs.
If you ever wish to revisit it, I think you can get it on Vudu and Amazon Video for $6, which is not bad at all.
I'd assume it's probably not held up the best, but it was definitely fun at the time.
I think it's, you know, I actually took a college class on Arthurian legends, right? So, like, I think it's actually a really faithful, well-done take on those stories, you know? Like, there's all these different interpretations of Merlin and Was Nimue the one he was in love with? I think it was.
I think that sounds familiar.
Sometimes she's a real bad guy in the stories, but I mean, like, there's so many different versions of them, you know? So obviously, Merlin couldn't capture all of those differences, but they picked their versions and just made a fun story out of it. And Sam Neill, you know, he's a great charismatic actor, so I would say it holds up, probably, especially because of his performance.
Isn't Sean Connery like a talking dragon in it?
No, that's Dragonheart, isn't it?
Oh,
That's
yeah, I'm getting confused. Dragonheart was cool too. I must have seen him around the same time.
Oh, great. I can't go through this unless I become blue somehow. And how am I going to do that?
Don't be sad.
Bob Jones says Helen Rather's in it. Yeah, Thyrenia. Well, Event Horizon just got a 4K Blu-ray not very long ago, and it's also been on 4K streaming services. I mean, like, available to buy in 4K streaming-wise since even before that. So, yeah, I still need to get the 4K Blu-ray of it. I don't have it. They didn't do I don't think they did a fancy 4K steelbook of it. I could be wrong. If they did,
there's more Dragonheart movies? I didn't know there was more than one Dragonheart movie.
Yep.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? But I think only the first one was theatrical, if I remember.
Right.
And by the way, there is a character in Dragonheart named Bowen, with a B. And a friend of mine, back in the day, like, not good friends, but a friend, he named his baby Bowen on purpose. So, that's kind of a precursor to the modern naming of children that Brandy and I deal with all the time. Where names seem to have been created entirely by the parents, and the spelling is disconnected from the pronunciation of the name. I really cannot figure out where to go here.
Yeah, like, people are okay to name their kids whatever they want, but it's not really cool when they, like, break traditional English pronunciation rules and things like that.
Yeah, that is actually, I mean, that's going to make it harder for the kid, and it's harder also on everyone else. Like, there's no benefit to it.
And
Exactly.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you're not, they get really, really offended sometimes.
I don't even know what this. I mean, I'll just tell him, hey. Actually, I don't know what I would say to him. But anyway, what's happening now? So my enjoyment of the game only lasts as far as I can tell where I'm supposed to go. Once that expires, I'm not happy anymore.
Follow the yellow line.
I guess I'll do that, yes. Darker Player, nobody said anything about gender binariness. We're just talking about, like, you know, kind of random spellings that don't make sense to anyone but the parent.
There's a lot of apostrophes.
Now I can go up or down. I'll go down to the thing about the name. I think I'm backtracking, but I can't tell. But I'm not finding any orbs. This is not good, Tyler. I'm confused and annoyed. You gotta keep my spirits up.
How was the board game last week?
Well, it was definitely a slow stream, you know, and perhaps maybe the audience wasn't that happy. Audience, what did you think of last week's stream? And all of you who skipped can go kick some sand. Sorry,
That's
I
me.
shouldn't say that. Yeah, well, I mean, we already said that during the stream, so.
Oh yeah, haven't you already been to this place with rocks and
Yeah,
twigs?
I'm certain that I have. I don't understand
one.
what I'm.
This place with rocks and flowers.
They
as
all
opposed
look
to
the
that
same.
place.
Yeah. Thank you, tech guy. More Genesis Mini. Yeah, Jordan, I wanted to talk about it. Brandy didn't want me to. She was like, hell no, you're not talking about the Genesis Mini 2. We're ending the stream. And she put her foot down.
Because I was hungry. I hadn't
But
eaten
that's-
anything all day. I was starving.
Oh yeah. Guess what I watched without any prompting?
Thank you, No Time. Sandman?
No, I saw
Okay.
Sandman.
Dang it, Tyler. But what?
A show even better than Sandman.
There's no such thing.
Yeah, there isn't one. But I assume
Yeah,
you
there
mean
is.
like a New Jersey Shore or something? Is that what
Oh
it
yeah,
is?
New Jersey Shore would be sweet. No, I watched the first 2 episodes of She-Hulk.
Oh, hey, that's good. Well, cool. What did you think of them?
I think it's great so far.
Me too. I'm glad you liked it. So what are some of the things you liked about it?
Well, the main actress is just perfect for the role. It's actually adult-oriented, and I miss Moon Knight, so maybe that's my own fault. I need to go back and watch Moon Knight, but I feel like I haven't seen a good adult-focused Marvel thing in a while. And so,
Yeah, they don't do it a lot.
Yeah. 'Cause, I mean, they said they've cursed several times. She flipped him off.
They talk about sex.
Yeah, they talk
They
about
never
sex.
talk about sex in Marvel things.
So
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of blown me away how much I've enjoyed it. I think a lot has to do with the actress, and the writing is pretty witty. But I mean, yeah, like I said, maybe it's just the fact that they were willing to actually be realistic about how adults talk.
Yeah, I agree. That certainly is one of its charms. And by the way, her name is Tatiana Mosley, or is it Mosey? I think it's Mosey.
Yeah, she's in. I haven't seen Orphan Black. I've heard it's good, and she was just in a movie I just watched called Woman in Gold, and she was really good in that.
Oh.
I've always liked her, and she's in Parks and Rec for a couple episodes.
Huh. Wait. She's not the annoying guy's Tom's girlfriend, is she?
One of Tom's girlfriends for a couple episodes.
Tom Haverford's first girlfriend? Is that her?
Yeah, the first one. Yep.
Wow, she was so cute in Parks and Rec, and that's her?
Yep. It was like a
That's
decade ago. I think
Yeah.
she's still pretty though.
Yeah, no, she is. I mean, I'm just amazed because I didn't make the connection that they were
Yeah,
the same
that's her.
person.
I only knew that. I've only
Wow.
known that because everyone was like, "Oh, not everyone," but I saw some articles like Orphan Black because that was real popular at the time. Cameo in Parks and Rec, and I'm like, "Okay, I don't know what Orphan Black is," but now I know this girl's in Orphan Black. So
Yeah. I still don't know what Orphan Black is. I've managed to avoid it so far.
yeah, it's like I thought it was kind of sci-fi-y. There's like
Isn't it
multiple
that-
versions of herself or something.
Isn't that one about like a girl who's like a ballerina and she kills people? Is it not that?
Has anyone seen Orphan Black? Come on, someone has had to have seen it. It's relatively popular.
I'm thinking of the movie Orphan.
Oh. Oh,
I
the
thought you were talking
stupid
about
scary
Black
movie.
Swan for a minute.
Oh,
That's
maybe
what I
it was
thought,
Black
Black
Swan.
Swan too.
Yeah, maybe I'm just mixing both of them up. I can do that. It's my prerogative. Well, the only thing about this backtracking that I'm doing is I got all those orbs that I missed earlier.
Oh yeah, I see that. From like where they shot you fast or whatever.
Yeah, it's not doing it anymore. Why even do it the first time?
The other thing I wanted to say about She-Hulk is like, it's, well, it has the benefit of having like an original Avenger in it. A lot of what we've been seeing with Marvel is, new stuff that doesn't really feel like it's tied back to some of the older stuff, which is fine. It's what they're trying to build now.
Yeah, so they can then use them in movies and such.
Exactly, but it's kind of nice to have that again. But it's also kind of like unapologetically comic booky too. Like she breaks the fourth wall, which at first I thought was stupid. But my understanding is that happens in the comics, right?
Yeah, that's what She-Hulk does. So I'm glad they kept it.
And like even the premise is She-Hulk Attorney at Law is already funny, but I mean they're not messing around. It's really about her being She-Hulk and being an attorney so far,
and
which is something that to me is more of a comic book thing than something that fits in the MCU. But I kind of like it in that it's like I said, unapologetically comic booky.
Icky, I really think this is not related to the other Sparkle games. We were just joking when we said that it's the fourth one.
Yeah, this isn't related to those.
Yeah, so those are all good points, Tyler, and I'm glad, there's... Regular Hulk has been in it more than I expected. I thought he'd be in it for, 5 minutes, and maybe in the last episode then, he would return. But no, I mean, he's, all throughout the first one, and he's even in the second one, which is sweet.
Well, I think that...
Oh my gosh.
It probably wasn't Mark Ruffalo there in most of it.
Because he's CG,
Hulk's in Hulk form the whole time, basically, except for one little part. But it's still, it's him, so it works. He voices it. He's still doing the voice, so it is Hulky.
Agreed.
But yeah, he's in it. He's in it a lot more than any other character recently who's really only been cameos at best.
Yeah, and traditionally when they have a spin-off, you get the original character only in the first episode. So the fact that he's still a part of her life even after the first episode, it makes it more realistic, and it's different from what I would automatically expect.
Although I do think he's gone now, probably until maybe the finale.
Probably. I mean, he could again turn up in the finale, but still, it's just good. We get a good amount of him.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you get a way good amount of Hulk. Way good amount of Hulk.
Yeah, and you just
go ahead.
Almost too much. Is that what you're saying?
No, I don't think so. You thought so?
No. I mean, I'm really glad to learn more things about him. It's stuff that they wouldn't be able to fit into a movie.
Story. Yeah.
And we meet family members and things. Wow.
Yeah, the family's really good. It's very, very not traditional Marvel family that you would expect.
Agreed. Although I'm not sure I'm crazy about her dad, the actor for her dad. Her dad's a nice guy, but I don't know if that actor is charismatic enough. What do you think?
I don't know. I don't know who he is, really. I don't recognize him or anything.
Yeah, he's not very memorable. When I think of it, makes me want a Seinfeld kind of dad, where it's somebody who immediately stands out.
Yeah, I don't know how much family we're going to see, but yeah, I mean, no one stood out to me. It's kind of that they were, they didn't feel bad for her problems or anything. They were mostly just jerks to her. And
yes, that was...
Didn't care. I like that sort of
fun
stuff.
I mean, that one cousin is particularly a jerk, but, a lot of families have somebody like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, Icky, I've already had enough of this. If I can't figure out where to go, we'll I don't know, switch games or something. Because come on.
What I was saying is the CGI, it does look better in the show than it did in the trailers, because it did look rough in the trailers.
Yes.
They made her very feminine looking, so they gave her really smooth skin as She-Hulk. But it has kind of the back, it makes it look like they didn't put any effort into the CGI because they made her so smooth. And maybe they didn't, but when you look at Hulk's CGI character with his facial hair growing and his wrinkles and stuff, you look at her and she's basically just super smooth. It's still a little bit weird, but I think that's probably what they were going for.
I still think they should have made her look a little bit less realistically humanoid proportion-wise.
Yeah.
Because that's one reason why Hulk looks good to us, is because we automatically understand that he's not shaped just like a regular person.
Right, there's no like uncanny valley stuff.
Exactly, and you do get a little bit of that with her, just a bit.
Yep. Yeah, well, because there's plenty of 6'7" women. I mean, you'd have to be a bodybuilder to actually have that frame. But like, yeah, she's still very humanoid. Where Hulk is like, you would see something that looked like the Hulk, think he was a monster before you think he was a human.
Yeah, and with her, she just looks like a large.
Looks like a large green human. Yeah.
Yeah. And Human Brian makes a good point that she is younger, so of course she's not going to be all frazzled like the Hulk is. So
right.
Maybe, I suppose that is part of it.
It didn't really bug me too much at all, and it did bug me in the trailers. I thought she looked ridiculous in the trailers.
I guess we should point out that the episodes are quite short.
Yeah, I think there's going to be 9 of them, which would probably explain it.
But it's really like they made the same length of series they always do. They just divided it up differently.
Probably, is what I'm guessing.
And see, the second episode, it has a lot of good moments, but it was really a bit too short for me. I think it needed about 5 more minutes to be like a fully satisfying narrative for me.
It didn't bug the length didn't bug me at all.
Oh, okay.
But it is noticeably shorter than what you get from a lot of the Marvel TV episodes. There's a real good joke, like you knew it was coming and it's obvious, but they still handled it in a good way.
What about Hulk changing, or a different one?
Yeah, about Hulk changing.
Yeah, that was quite a good joke. Okay, it looks like I've gotten back to the area that I left from. Now let's just see if we're just going to keep trying. At least we have things to talk about, even if the game stopped being engaging about 10 or 15 minutes ago. Well, everybody, we've been playing Sparkle 4 Tales for Xbox. It is also available on PlayStation, Switch, and Steam. And by the way, if you didn't win a copy tonight, let me point out that this game sells for $10 normally, right? Switch version is on sale for 30% off, so you can get it for like $6.50, so that's a pretty good deal for Switch. But if you're a PC gamer, you can buy the PC version for only 99 cents right now. It is on sale for that cheap on Steam, so like, hey man, you'll get 45 minutes of fun out of it, and then maybe you'll get stuck just like I did. But I mean, like, well, it's close enough to 30%, Tyler. Maybe it's 35%. I don't know. That's true. I am definitely not a math teacher. Boo, math. Yeah, anyway, but like, very cool of Forever Entertainment to give us some prizes. You know, like, we weren't able to get House of the Dead prizes from them, but they did meet our request on this one, so we're happy for that. And yeah, buy that Steam version if you can. Like, $1 is a really good price for what you get from the game anyway, so that'd be a good grab. Yeah, and Tyler, I want to thank you for being a mostly passable co-host as always.
Yep, that's what I'm here for.
Yeah, like, I'm not going to work out the percentages though, Tyler, because I would get those wrong apparently. And Brandy, thanks for hanging out with us as well.
Always.
Thanks to Lyle for running the contest. Thanks to all, dang it, Tyler. Thanks to all of you guys for hanging out with us and spending time with us, even when we were stuck in Sparkle 4 Tales, which is too easy to get stuck in. Remember, Saturday Game School takes place every Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. We always stream a different game, and it's always a good time with cool prizes. Once again, we love you guys. We'll see you in 2 weeks. And remember, don't hate, appreciate.
See everyone.
Bye.
That ought to hold those little SOBs.
Can they be Sega loving SOBs?
That may be real SOBs.
Oh. Let's say bye to our friends, Tyler. Who's around that we should say bye to?
Sparkle 4 Tales game would be perfect for Sega.
You're so wrong about that.
Shih Tzu is here. Tech Guy is here. Jono, Icky, Arca Player, Wolfblade.
Wolfblade.
Jordan was here. He was enjoying the Sega talk.
Oh yeah, Thyrenia was here too.
Rinia, BX Latino Heat.
Oh yeah, he's Jordan. A good guy.
I don't remember him chatting
Tyler
a
said
whole lot.
that.
But
Billy's
Vlad.
here. Heck yeah, Vlad. Cowabunga, he
Vlad,
says.
Taylor.